Once upon a time, in a vast sky full of twinkling stars, there was a little star named Luma. She was smaller than the others and not as bright. Every night, she would watch as the bigger stars shined brilliantly, lighting up the sky and making shapes like the Big Dipper and Orion's belt. Luma longed to be like them, but no matter how hard she tried, her glow remained faint and small. "I wish I could shine as brightly as the big stars," Luma sighed one night. Hearing her, Vega, one of the brightest stars in the sky, chuckled. "Luma, you are still young. Give it time." "But I want to shine now," Luma insisted. The wise old moon overheard their conversation and smiled. "Every star has a purpose," the moon said kindly. "One day, you'll find yours." Luma didn't understand what the moon meant, but she hoped he was right. One evening, a storm rolled in over Earth. Thick, dark clouds covered the sky, and the big stars could no longer be seen. The night became so dark that even travelers on the ground lost their way. Deep in the forest, a little girl named Maya held her father's hand tightly. They had gone into the woods to gather herbs for her sick mother, but now they couldn't find their way home. "Papa, it's so dark," Maya whispered. Her father squeezed her hand. "We will find our way, don't worry." But even he was unsure. Without the stars, they couldn't tell which way led home. Up in the sky, Luma noticed the struggling father and daughter. She saw how scared they looked and wished she could help. "If only I were brighter," she thought sadly. Then she remembered what the moon had said. Every star had a purpose. Maybe she didn't have to be the biggest or the brightest. Maybe she just had to try. Luma took a deep breath and focused all her energy. She pushed with all her might to shine as much as she could. And then, something wonderful happened. Her little light cut through the thick clouds. Down below, Maya saw the tiny glimmer in the sky. "Papa, look, a star!" she exclaimed. Her father looked up and smiled. "Yes, and it's right above the path." Using Luma's light as a guide, Maya and her father carefully followed the faint glow. Step by step, they found their way back home safely. Luma watched from above, feeling a warmth she had never felt before. She may not have been the biggest or brightest star, but at that moment, she was the most important. When the other stars heard about what Luma had done, they were amazed. "You saved them with just your small light," Vega said, impressed. The moon smiled proudly. "See, little one? It's not about how big or bright you are. Even the smallest light can shine in the darkest times." From that night on, Luma no longer wished to be like the big stars. She was happy just being herself, knowing that even the smallest light could make a big difference. And so, Luma kept shining, always ready to guide anyone who needed her light. Moral of the story: no matter how small you feel, you have the power to make a difference. Even the tiniest light can shine in the darkest moments.